But at the end of the day, it's going to stick as the original.
That's who
you
you
know?
are.
Yeah, facts.
I think that's great. Okay, so there's been a lot of talk probably over the last like 6-7 months about all these Mount Rushmores, right?
Yeah.
And we did the videographer one.
Uh-huh.
What would be your videographer Rushmore?
You see I'm Southside reppin', Bigfoot steppin', Zone 3 section is God flow perfection. Hating on the church like I ain't blessed they section. If we ain't talking money, I got a weak connection, that's on the hood. She said get a bag, so I get it, got it good. Don't complain about my problems, I just put it in a wood. Seen a genie the other day, she said make it good. So I wish for good health, then I wish to look, it's chief, not lieutenant.
Pour the drink and sip the cup, just to ease the pain I felt. Yeah, I still count up by my loans.
Still got niggas round me, don't know. I know they cross way too nice. You been counting favors, thinking they paid that price. She ain't feeling my vibe no more. Said I only hit the phone up late at night. She don't understand if she stay down. She late all night.
I can't trust little shawty no more, cause she been taking pipe.
Been just fucking busy as hell, but I definitely seen a couple little snippets of it.
Yeah, Bones opened up, man.
Yeah.
He talked about some shit that I wouldn't expect him to talk about.
I'm definitely going to check it out. I've been meaning to, too.
Yeah, for sure. You ready to go?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right. Another episode of Minnesota's #1 daily show live on Lake Street. We got a special guest in the building. We got the cameraman for the trenches.
Yes, sir.
Some may know him as Ill Vision. Some may know him as Endless Vision. I know him as Dylan. It's my guy.
Couple real ones know the
Yes,
government.
sir. Yes, sir. Welcome, man. Welcome.
Hey, man, I'm glad to be here. Thank
So
y'all for having me.
the one thing that Reeves Jr. is calling me right now to talk to me about an interview that he's never going to do. So I want to get into this because this is something I want to know. I've wanted to know. The last time I sat down with you, I think it was you and Mayhem.
Yep.
And we were talking about and kind of celebrating the whole like signing to Ill.
Yeah. Yep.
What happened?
Honestly, I still been trying to digest it and figure it out myself.
Yeah.
But the best answer I could give to that is just like, the police really didn't fuck with our environment there. You know what I'm saying? And the community, or whatever the case is, they just didn't like that they couldn't control anything of it, you know? Because our building, we couldn't get noise violations really because there's no neighbors.
Yep.
The owner fucked with us tough. We invested a lot of money and time and energy into building the brand and coming together, you know? But at the end of the day, I feel like we had all the pieces and everything. COVID fucked up a lot of stuff, but the togetherness, just as far as like, you know, being on the same page wasn't always there and everything. And then unfortunately, because the police and the city of South St. Paul wanted us out, they eventually found a way to get us out, and they moved locations. So our studio location was now being moved further from where it was. And it was already tough for me, especially to get my clients to come from Northside to pretty much Inver Grove Heights.
Yeah.
But now the new studio location was 10, 15 minutes further. So it was just one of them things that, for me personally, with everything I got going on in my personal life and my case and everything like that, I wasn't able to find it feasible to continue to, you know, build with the brand. So I didn't move to the new studio location.
So Ill still exists.
Yes, Ill still has a studio. It's in St. Paul Park, which is like on the edge of Inver Grove Heights.
Yeah.
And I actually did see the new location because when we were being told about it, Dolo had set it up where me, Tech, Wiz, basically the owners of Ill, we all met there and got to see the new location. And then he basically had said, like, are y'all going to be able to come with? Do y'all want to come with this new venture and everything? It sucks that we did so much at this other location and it didn't stay together the way we were supposed to and we were promised.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, you know, I'm not going to have no ill feelings towards you guys if you don't.
Yeah.
And
So the whole situation, it ended amicably. It wasn't like
it wasn't like we knew it was coming or nothing. Basically, over the summer, they had construction going on there all summer, so stuff slowly died down, and it got to the point where it was, you know, forced upon our hand to move. Yeah. So it was just a tough situation for everyone involved, for sure. Yeah. And it's all love to my brothers, you know what I'm saying? All of them. You know, I still see Tech and Wiz often, you know. But at the end of the day, like, you know, sometimes things outgrow. And
Tech's still working at the studio or no?
no, as far as I know, I don't think so, but I can't really 100% say, you know, I don't know how far the new ill location has moved along.
Yeah.
So
I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah.
That was the crazy part to me is like, it's like, at one
just
point it was
faded.
like the premier place to be.
yeah.
Like everybody was recording out of there. Y'all were shooting fucking videos over there, like crazy videos.
Yeah,
like,
it was definitely tough for a lot of us. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie. It was super tough and hard on me over the winter just because, like, I put so much time and energy into the place as well and building the brand together and everything. And it just, like, it sucked how it all came about, you know?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I got nothing but love for Dolo and Ill. I'll always be a part of Ill in my mind, you know what I'm saying? But it came down to the point where, yeah, I was just, you know, I was asked to change my brand because I wasn't going to continue to move on with Ill anymore.
Yep.
And I respected and understood his position, and I decided to rebrand as Endless Vision again.
Yep.
You know, that was originally how I started.
Yep.
And then the Cameraman for the Trenches thing kind of just came about from some guys on ADOT shit. They just had said it one day, and it kind of just stuck in my mind. So I was like, I'm going to do this rebranding. And I was trying to think of, like, you know, ways that I could get people to gravitate towards me again and just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that I ain't going to cap. Drew filmed it, like his intro. You know, if Drew didn't film it, it ain't filmed right.
Yeah.
So I kind of had that initial thought in my mind. And then I'm looking through a lot of old footage, and I found that clip of bro saying, you know, Cameraman for the Trenches. Da-da-da-da.
So this wasn't like when he said that didn't immediately be like,
Nah, it actually took me, like, I almost damn near thought about quitting this shit for real, because I put so much
after Ill?
Yeah, because it hurt, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you were like the head engineer out of there. Like that was your.
I mean, it was Tech, but
One of
Tech
them,
ended
yeah.
up starting to, you know, fall back from it after, you know, everything that happened with him in his personal life.
Yep.
He started to peel back a little bit, and I kind of took over, you know, a role there that I wanted to fill because I was there so often.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Essentially, it was your job, your livelihood,
Yeah.
your home away from
Yep.
home, and now it's like, damn.
No, it fucked me up too because when Ill had to move, I lost half of my income because this is my livelihood. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm getting 50 an hour, 20 plus hours of studio time a week. Now I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna pay my rent some months? You know, so it was definitely tough over the winter dealing with that as well. But at the end of the day, you know, it really was like, do I quit this shit that I put 10 plus years into, or do I just, you know, be the creative I am and rebrand strategically?
Yeah.
So I just came up with a strategic plan to rebrand on the first of the year, and I wasn't going to make no announcements or speak on it really because it still was a weird feeling in my chest, like, what the fuck happened? You know what I'm
Did it
saying?
feel a little bit like going backwards?
Yeah, super did.
Yeah.
It felt like I could lose everything I just worked for over the past couple of years because, like, I got ill vision bussing, you know? And then it was just like, I hope that people don't forget or, you know, like, damn.
It's like tucking your tail and going back to your old job because
Yeah.
you lost the new good job.
And
It's
I
like,
had to go
damn.
back to my old name and shit, so it made me feel some type of way. But at the end of the day, like I said, I couldn't let it discourage me, so I actually used it as fuel and pushed myself to go harder.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's benefited, you know? Like, in the past 3 months, like, my brand has drastically grown. Like, I probably gained 2,000 new subscribers in the past 3 months.
Yeah, I've been watching the subscribers go
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and
sure.
it's like consistently 200 to 300 new subscribers a month because I'm staying on top of it. But it was hard to do the first initial couple weeks because I'm like just in my head and all type of shit, you know, struggling, real life struggling, getting eviction notices and shit that I'm like, damn, I got to figure this out. And I'm trying to get every little dollar I can.
Yeah.
And it was tough for a minute there, but
sure.
motherfucker rode the wave and definitely grinded it out.
And that Cameraman for the Trenches tagline is really, especially the fact that, like, you had to, like, find that.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? That's really brilliant. I think that's one of the most, I saw pretty much your entire career.
Yeah, yep.
And that, I think, is one of the most brilliant things that you have done is take that and run with that and just be, not only take that and run with it, but be that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, not just, oh, cool, tagline, but, like, you really are.
Yeah, I be out here in the trenches.
The little video you just showed me beforehand,
Yeah,
like, you're the
facts.
cameraman for the trenches for real.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that just the foresight for you to find that and be like, yo.
Yeah, I
That's
just
mean.
found I definitely was just, marketing in my head and trying to find the right way. But I also have always been for the trenches with the,
Of course.
a lot of motherfuckers in the trenches, So I kind of asked a couple people what they thought, and a lot of motherfuckers were like, yo, that's it right there, and it just reassured me in my mind. But the toughest thing I've been dealing with it lately is like motherfuckers will be like, yeah, motherfuckers don't really fuck with that side, so can you just mute it? And I'm like, man, come on. You got to at least make your own or whatever. So that's kind of what I've been dealing with lately is now artists.
Wait. Explain what you mean by
the
that.
intro. Like, this cameraman for the trenches. Because they
So
know
because
exactly
of the
who it
person who
is.
said it.
Yeah, because they know who it is.
They want you to mute your brand.
They want me to mute it or they want to make their own. So it got to the point where it's like, I'm not going to... Now it's already kind of in people's minds. So I'm not going to fight it. Because it'll essentially affect some people from working with me.
Yeah.
So Low Key Huncho was the first to do it, but he did one the other day. He sent me a little video. It's damn near hilarious. I'll show it to you at some point today. But yeah, basically, he said, cameraman for the trenches. All you need is a camera, the trenches, and you got endless vision. And I'm just like, yeah, that's cool. I'm just gonna let if someone really got a problem with it, they can create their own version of it.
Yeah.
But
There's been a lot of talk, probably over the last 6-7 months, about all these Mount Rushmores, right?
yeah,
And we did the videographer one. What would be your videographer Rushmore?
damn. I should have known this was gonna be a question. All right, so I've been watching over the years. Before I even started or thought about shooting a music video, Minnesota Cold definitely gonna be up there. There's 4 of them, right?
Yep.
All right, so Minnesota Cold, High Def, and then Rich 1323. Yep. And then also I'm gonna give Southside his credit.
Okay.
Because I ain't gonna cap. He was shooting videos with NFG's pops back in the day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, over on the east. On God, ask him about it. He gonna tell you. NFG, remember telling me.
What was he then? I know he's NFG Pops now, but what was his?
Oh, it was Buck.
Buck. That's right.
Yeah.
Buck.
Yep. So, Pops though, on God, Chief was shooting his shit back in the day, and I remember Mark telling me when I first started shooting with Mark, his ass was like, "Yeah, I remember Chief coming through. He was big as hell back then. He was shooting our videos and all that shit." And I was just like, "Man, that's what's up." But I also remember seeing a lot of Chief's videos coming up too, and Chief was one of the first videographers I actually met in the city.
Yeah.
Like person to person, you know what I'm saying? And then when I realized he rapped, I'm like, "Yo, bro was raw too," So I definitely would say them are my 4. Them are 4 people that inspired me
I'm
locally.
not mad at that 4 at all.
No, yeah, and them are 4 people that inspired me locally that I watched before I ever even picked up a camera,
Yeah.
But once I picked up a camera, obviously there's a lot of new people that have inspired me since. But that would be my Mount Rushmore, you know what I'm saying? And that it's supposed to be GOATs, right? The ones that damn near were the founders in a sense. So they opened a lot of doors for, people like myself, Jay Smith, Matt Wales, you know what I'm saying? So like a lot of these cats got doors open by these guys kicking down doors, So I definitely would say that's my 4.
What are your thoughts on, because we have a lot, like you just mentioned, a lot, but there's even more aside from just the ones that you named. There's a lot of really talented videographers here. Like
Crazy.
a ton. It's kind of ridiculous actually how many there are.
I'd be stressed out like when I think about it as competition, but that's why I don't like to look at or view it as a competition.
Well, there's more than enough artists to go around too,
that's especially a fact too.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on I don't really have any thoughts because I don't know, but you're in it. The price points.
It'd be
what
tough.
I mean? Is there...
It'd be tough for me, but my biggest thing is I charge $500.
Okay.
You give me $500. There's no discrepancy on anything. You get your MP4, whatever. But if you're not paying me $500, which some people will still pay the $5 and want it on my channel because I'm juicing.
Yep.
I'm doing like 150K views a month.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like people want to still be on my channel, and that's really how it used to be. You would still buy a video and you'd still have it on the videographer's channel, especially if you ain't got a platform.
Yep.
But basically, if you're not giving me $500, you're not getting your MP4. There's none of that talk about it even. Like with all due respect, $300 is a deal.
Yeah.
I'm worth 500 or more.
Yeah.
I should be charging more.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with doing 500. So some of these people will be like, man, bro, you taxing, da-da-da. I put years of work into this shit. I got 20K in equipment.
Yep.
You're paying me 500. If I decide to do it for less, because it's an investment for me as well to continue to grow my YouTube channel.
It's up to you how you do your business, not up to them. They can choose to do business with you or not, but it's up to you.
Exactly, and this is what it is.
You can't go into Target complaining about the price of towels.
And I've been telling people that lately. That's actually my go-to. I'm like, yo, once you get into the checkout line at Target, you know, tell them, oh, bro, I only got $250. They're going to tell you to go fuck yourself.
Go put the towels back there.
Yeah, the most polite way ever.
Yeah.
Figure out what you're putting back.
Right, exactly.
So I basically, I've been standing on it, and really just standing on your shit is what also is going to get people that respect to be like, all right. But it's like also, you know, I got so much work you can go look at. So it's like when you look at the resume itself, like, that alone is worth that price because you know you're going to get, and I don't charge extra for locations and shit, as long as it's reasonable to the video plan.
So you're 500 pretty much flat rate.
Flat rate.
500
Okay.
and you're doing the work.
And like I said, sometimes, you know, it's like with certain artists and certain songs, or like these shorties. I'll have 14, 15-year-olds hitting me up lately. Like, bro, I'm still in school. Da-da-da-da-da. Like, I don't even got an allowance. I don't have a job. And I'm like, all right, well, give me $250. I'll work with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's half off.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I still am trying to, you know, work with these kids that are also, you know, they're talented, you know, and I understand 500 for a fucking 14, 15-year-old kid in high school still, it's not reasonable. His mom and dad are not investing in that, you know.
Yep. Yeah.
So I've been working with a lot of artists, and I'll tell them, you know, I'll do it for less than that, especially if I see it as an investment. But I need you to understand this is only on my channel.
Yeah.
Like, this is, you know, and it's not hoeing your shit or being weird with you. Like, it's still an investment I'm putting into you. So if anything, you should take it as an opportunity and run with it.
Do you deal with that with people
Consistently.
afterwards? Like, hey,
consistently.
man, that's, you got to view.
We never spoke on that. We never talked about that.
Now you got 25K in a video, and they're like, oh, in their mind, you just made $10,000.
And that's the other thing I have to express to artists, because a lot of them don't understand the business. If your music is distributed appropriately on all distro platforms, the second I upload, I'm talking, it's not even public, it's private, it says copyright.
Yep.
I get ad revenue.
Means you're getting
YouTube creators, though, get ad revenue. It's
Yes.
like a cable television network, how you say, hey, I want my commercial on your channel because MTV is bussing.
Yep.
Well, it's $20,000 to do that. All right, well, it's $500 to do a video with me. But you're getting your streams. So if it does $10K on my shit, you get all that streams.
All of it.
I'm getting my ad revenue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's sometimes it's misunderstood for artists, too. They
sure.
think you're getting their song money, and it's like, no, you didn't even first of all, this is a remixed beat.
Right.
So you know you're not getting any of this.
Nobody's
money.
getting anything off of it. If anybody, might
Unless,
be
you know,
the original artist might be getting something
or
off
the
it.
label or whatever.
Yeah.
But whoever owns this, when they did that copyright strike, that's who's getting paid.
Yeah.
So don't get it twisted now, you know.
Yeah.
And for any young bulls out here trying to come up, it's great to start your own YouTube channel. I recommend that you start your own YouTube channel. But
Bro, if you don't have a YouTube channel at this point and you're anywhere in the entertainment industry, what are you doing?
it's great to have, though, but, like, how do you ever get that traction to your channel if you're not somewhere else out here on another platform, you know? So, and it's like, I'm not going to argue with a lot of these artists. I could care less. But don't, when you hear what it is, at the end of the video shooting, the shit's done, say, now send me the MP4. Because I'm going to tell you what the fuck is up. You know what I'm saying? Don't act brand new at the end of the video shoot like, bro, you never said none of that. Go look at my channel and then go look for the same videos elsewhere. You're not going to find them.
You have written contracts?
I do, but my dumb ass be for the trenches too much, so I don't use them. And it's a lot of people, I ain't going to lie, when that's the first thing you do is like send paperwork. A lot of people don't, these motherfuckers in the trenches, I've never seen anything like that. They not signing shit.
Yeah.
They don't want to, so it scares a lot of people off and deters people. But also, that's why I got to take it more serious. And doesn't matter if you're for the trenches, in the trenches, you got to look at this and understand to do business at this level that I'm trying to be at.
Yeah.
You got to understand this is how it's got to be. But I'm still in the process of figuring out my format for doing it. Just like how y'all are doing this.
Right.
You know, people feel some type of way when they get the itinerary. No, this is business.
This is business.
This is business. You can like it or not, but you're going to come alone unless you want to pay that fee.
Right.
Because this is what business is.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so I actually seeing your guys, you know, push your business and talking off mic and shit, like, that shit inspires me to push my business further, you know, because it is all about business first. And that's why a lot of us don't take each other serious.
Exactly.
Like, a lot of people don't take me serious because I got fucking contracts written up that I'm supposed to give you the second a deposit is made or before a deposit is made and signed, and I'm not doing it. So I got to take myself and my business serious too.
Yeah, but then the other part is on them because you're smart enough to know, like, the second paperwork comes up, you might not get the business.
Exactly. So I'm just doing it out of fear of losing business, you know, but at the end of the day, I'm fucking myself because then I got these people at the end of the video or the business is conducted, they want to feel some type of way.
Yeah.
No, you have no right to feel entitled now to the video because you love it.
Yeah.
And now you suddenly, your homie told you, why don't you go to YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Your homie in the background talking in your ear, and that's fine. Let him do that, but you not finna let that get to me.
Right.
Our business is conducted the way we've discussed, you know?
Yep.
So it'd be a lot of games like that you got to maneuver through. Motherfuckers always want to get up with you after the video shoot if something doesn't go the way they want.
Of course. So
air it out.
So one thing I want to give you credit for. I don't know if you take credit for this or not, but like two of the youngest artists that we have here that have created a buzz.
Mm-hmm.
I heard about them through you.
Yeah.
In A. Hilfiger, which I don't know why people hate that name so much.
That shit raw to me.
Well, first of all, I think when people see A. they think Adolf.
Yeah, it's the
And then there's that rumor, which by the way is not true. It's a myth that Tommy Hilfiger is racist.
Oh, I've heard that, but
Yeah,
I heard that in the 90s.
Yeah,
so.
and it was a myth. It's not
Yeah.
true. Somebody was saying that he said something about how he didn't want black people wearing his clothing, and he never said that.
Yeah,
I don't know why he fucking would, because that's
who was wearing it.
Right, and why would you want to completely, you know what I mean? That's like
taking half of your market.
killing your business. I don't know
Yeah.
why you'd want to do that.
Yeah,
But
facts.
I want to give you credit for really putting them, I think helping, Bad Side Xavier was the other one,
Mm-hmm.
for really getting them on a spotlight.
I ain't gonna lie, I'll take that credit because I know I did as well because I helped get them in front of Malik, Trap Rights,
Trap Rights.
you know, eyes too.
Yeah.
And it's really, you know, I just have felt like I've slowly over the years became an OG myself.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So like me being a young OG and trying to figure out how these OGs are moving, I'm trying to move different from a lot of the OGs I've been around and seen.
Yeah.
A lot of people won't give these young bulls or put them in a platform or position when I was that age, if a motherfucker would have just said, hey, here's the keys to the stew.
Right.
Here's this.
Yep.
I mean, I'd be out of here. I'd be in a different position, but I can't ever, you know, I can't be mad at how someone else moved with me or whatever. I just know how I'm going to move different and how I'm going to continue to move.
Yeah.
So I like to give anyone that's working, I'm going to give you an opportunity if I can. But when you're still in high school and you're doing your shit, you're popping your shit. And a lot of my OGs, you know, you're someone who I consider an OG. Mm-hmm. So when I'm reaching out to you, it's to help put you on in a position for a good interview too. Because like, you know, doing interviews with these young bulls like that, y'all might not be hip or tuned to them, but they're doing their shit. So it's like, you know, help build your brand up too, because this young generation is what's gravitating really to this type of shit. You know, this young generation is always going to be the younger generation that generates these views and numbers and everything because they're still in high school.
Yeah.
You know, so it was more of a thing, and they're unbelievably talented kids.
Yeah.
So I definitely just felt like it's my due diligence as a young OG to put them in front of my OGs that have a position to even do something for them, you know, because I do what I can for who I can and for who fucks with me. You know, I go above and beyond. My girls would be telling me all the time that I be really stressing her out because I give people way more than I ever get back. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that's how I've been built, you know, to give, because this culture, I just see Minnesota scene, music, everything being so much more than it even is right now. And we're at the best we've been at, you know?
For sure.
So I just keep trying to push the culture any way I can.
Let's talk some inside baseball stories that I don't think people know about.
Yeah.
So the first one is, we're going to throw it back. A lot of people that watch this may not know
Yeah.
that you used to be not cameraman for the trenches, but cameraman for the Wiseman Show.
Yes, sir.
So I want to talk about one of the most epic evenings while doing the Wiseman Show. Was the night at Myth. It was Redman, Dizzy Wright,
Yes.
and Devin the Dude.
Yes.
We had already conducted our interviews with Dizzy and Devin,
Yep.
and the night was wrapping up. We were supposed to get Redman, and it wasn't looking good. And
I remember you and Joe damn near gave up on that.
I was closer
Y'all
to
were
giving
packing up.
I was closer to giving up than Joe was.
Y'all were
for
packing
sure.
up though.
I was definitely like, that's not happening. Because in my mind, I'm like, that's Redman.
Yeah.
Like, if he ain't coming up here, we ain't getting to him.
Yeah.
Please tell the people what you did.
Man, I seen you. You were one of the people though that you don't really be giving up. So when I seen you kind of tuck your tail and getting ready to give up, I was like, hell no. I said, we finna go down there and get him. I remember Joe being like, let's go.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, let's go. I'm walking. I'm so confident. I get downstairs and all of a sudden I'm seeing Redman in his room. He's like through the doorway still, but he's sitting there and he's all sweaty. He damn near getting bombarded by people in his little green room. But I'm like, gung ho. The closer I get, my stomach drops. I'm like, yo, I'm literally about to walk in front of Redman, how high, and be like, come do this interview.
Yeah.
I literally stormed in there, and I remember 2 security guards like coming up to me quick as hell, like, what is you doing? And then I was like, hey, bro, you still gonna do the interview with us upstairs or the podcast? I remember him just looking up. Who the fuck is you? And I just, I thought you was going to do that podcast. Remember the podcast interview with the Wiseman show upstairs? Was you still going to do that? I remember that. I'll never forget. And he said, yeah, man, I got 5 minutes for y'all.
Yeah.
And I was just like blue, like, damn, I really walked up to his ass too confident. I was scared, I ain't gonna lie. But he said, who the fuck? I thought he was gonna treat my ass.
He ended up giving us at least 20.
Oh, bro, I thought it was more than that, but that shit definitely was nerve wracking. I ain't gonna lie, because sometimes I be biting off more than I can chew, and instantly I was like, when Joe got behind me and we was going, I was like, yeah, I have to do it now because he's not finna do it. I have to walk up to this man and tell him, who the fuck is you? I'm just the cameraman, but yeah, we remember you said something about a podcast.
Well, let me give you your flowers for doing that, because that Redman interview wouldn't happen if it wasn't for you.
No, and I appreciate it,
That was a
but
big
at the end of the day,
that was a big moment.
y'all also got us all there together.
For
So
sure.
I felt like a major part of that, and I felt like, like we each got a role sometimes, and I always knew my role was networking and kind of making people uncomfortable or make myself uncomfortable, so we get what.
Okay, so let's move on to the next epic evening with the Wiseman Show.
Yeah.
Red Lake, Minnesota.
Oh God.
Motherland block party. I remember which one it was, a 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Busy Bone. Mm-hmm. And Lil Busy.
Yeah.
That turned into an ordeal because, well, for one, it seemed like everything was great, right? They came right off stage, came in gracefully, did the interview. Everything was lovely. We're slapping hands and hugging, and everything was great.
Amazing, honestly.
Everything was great.
Yeah.
Next thing we know, you are asked to shoot a video.
Yeah.
While Busy Bone he was stuck here because of a hurricane, right?
Yes.
He was stuck here because of a hurricane, and he lived in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't go home.
And he thought he was going to... First of all, though, he got stuck multiple times here. He got stuck in Red Lake because he thought limo was going to pull up to Red Lake 5 hours away from Minneapolis.
Yep. And Joe had to bring his ass all the way back.
Yep.
You were with him, right?
Yep. I was in the front seat, and I made a point to pull up all the footage and pictures of him and his son and start editing them while I was looking back at him like, hey, you like this?
You like this shit?
You like this shit, Busy?
And you ended up getting the video shoot.
Oh, God. Yeah.
What was the final outcome of that? That video is still on my page, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
On Facebook.
Keep that shit
It's
up.
at like 100K.
On God.
The music video.
Man, I don't know, man. He just different. I ain't gonna lie. About a year and a half ago, me and Mayhem is at Ill Studios, sitting in the studio, we running a session. Out of nowhere, Blue Check Busy Bone hits me up on my personal Facebook page.
Shit.
What's up? That's all he says, what's up? I'm like, what the fuck is this man on? 3 years later.
What's up with that video?
Yeah.
What?
Literally just said, what's up? I respond, never heard back. I'm like, whatever.
That
This
was
shit
it.
was just funny, though, because it's like, that man got like 500K on his Facebook page and everything. He just hits me on it. I'm like, all right.
Damn.
But no, I don't know, man. I initially released the video because he still owed me money.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck this shit.
You were staying in my crib during that whole process, so I saw a lot of it.
He was FaceTiming, calling me 5-6 times a day within an hour period. I'm like, bro, let me edit some of it. Let me see some. He thirsty as hell.
Yeah, that was crazy, man.
He definitely was one of the hardest artists I've worked with in my life. He was scatterbrained to the max. I ain't gonna lie. He a legend. I respect him, but as a person, you are irritating.
Yeah, that was crazy. But those were fun times, man. I mean, I don't know, a lot of people may not know our history.
Yeah,
because we go back.
Yeah, facts.
We go back, and
motherfucker used to live with Jake.
Yeah, you did a lot of work. You did a lot of work for the Wiseman Show. A lot of great times, a lot of great events, a lot of moments, a lot of great
history.
Shit. A lot of history.
It's great shit though. Over the years though, it's great to see your progress. All the progress though, we've all stayed down and worked hard for this shit. You know, and to be able to see you give a platform that you was meant to give to these artists and continue to interview the way you are, that shit is legendary.
I appreciate it. And it's really dope to watch you grow as well. And cameraman for the trenches, man.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Keep that going. Keep that going.
Yeah, that shit not going nowhere.
Where can they find Cameraman for the Trenches?
Man, Cameraman for the Trenches, all platform. If you want to tap in with me personally on a little more personal level, I use it's Clout Lord. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm just gonna keep pushing and keep being for the trenches.
Yeah, keep doing that.
Yeah,
keep doing that, man. I appreciate your time. This is a good conversation,
man. It was great coming on this shit and talking my shit with y'all. For sure.
Another episode of Minnesota's #1 daily show live on Lake Street. I'm Jake Faircloth. Follow me everywhere at Jake Faircloth1.
Yes, sir.
Pour the drink and sip the cup just to ease the pain I felt. Yeah, I still count up by my loans.
Still got niggas around me, don't know. I know they cross way too nice. You been counting favors, thinking they paid that price. She ain't feeling my vibe no more. Said I only hit the phone up late at night. She don't understand if she stay down. She get laid all night.
I can't trust little shawty no more, cause she been taking pipe.
Damn, what it? In high school, I let it blam, what it? I wasn't playing, what it? I'm coming straight out the south. Hey, genius, best watch your mouth. When I put up on P&B right, that ain't he come out. You moving ounces, I just moved 100 things in a drought. You want the south side, outside the fence of your house. You talking all that, then wanna come talk it out. If you ain't talking money, you talking about.